Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vannin and we are back here on stream in Satisfactory. So yesterday we were building, building a coal power plant. So we're utilising some of the coal down here. Now this all looks different because after the stream yesterday I did a couple of little bits and pieces, and I think I did this about 4 times until that happened. So it's just running belts really, and me being really OCD about how the belts are run. Like, this is how picky I get. That gap, I settled in the end on a foundation width. I thought about half a foundation. Yeah, that is me. That is me. Me and my brain. Now, that went off. I'm not surprised that went off, to be brutally honest. I'll try and turn it back on again. Can I? Yeah, I can. Okay. I'm not surprised this went off because of a reason. That reason being is this keeps running dry. So I ended up coming up with this solution, and I put these down and I decided on a colour afterwards, which is this like lime green, and I like it. I don't know why. I'm not normally the biggest fan of green, to be honest, but I do like luminous colours, and that's gone off yet again because, again, water. So I did the other one. So I'm very quickly now going to go and turn these on. I thought they would have lasted right. The other one. I am turning this off. You can go to sleep. 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 So can you. And you. And guess what? Yeah, you too. Right. That is going off. Why? Because it's rubbish. That's why. I'm not having any more of this. This can bugger off and all. Why? Because I was a lot more sensible. And I came down here. And I don't know why I'm trying to go down that route. I need to go down this route. I did everything underneath. So everything is now completely done underneath. And I just fell off that. And I need to be back up the top. So let's go back up the top. Back up here. So yeah, all of these are now done underneath. I need to get rid of this. I made some of these, by the way. This is all handcrafted. Well, let's get rid of that. Yeah. So all of these are actually all connected down here, except for down the bottom. Except for all of these ones. So I need to come up here and alter that. Get rid of that. Jump out of there. Let's paint that, and that. And then we can get rid of them. Now what should be happening is that should be filling up with water, and that eventually will fill it, because you can see very, very slowly that's going to fill up with water. But I don't really need to worry, because all of this down the bottom is going, as you may have seen on the title screen or the thumbnail. That's horrible. I'm going to show you two examples of much betterer. And yes, that is a word. But first and foremost, I need to come down here, and I just need to break this open. No, I don't want to be breaking that open. What I need to be doing is that, as effectively that and that need to go together, that and that. So if you watched yesterday, then you'll know that I was experimenting quite a lot with different things, different setups, and I said at the time I wasn't happy with the way that stuff was linked together. Wasn't happy at all. Didn't like the poles up the top at all. So I'm getting rid of them with that. So this now links downstairs and links with all the others, and then links at the end, and then heads off back down the bottom. So let's look at the second lot. The second lot, as you can see, this is perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. We're looking for absolute dead straight lines. So capacity is 600, production is 600, because these now should be pretty solid. No, they are emptying. See, in theory, these are all getting what they need, and they've got all the coal they'll ever need. So why are these things emptying? See, that's emptying faster or slower than what this one is. But anyway, green, green, green. Now, maybe that will like level out. Maybe that'll go a lot faster. Who knows? But this was all very much theory. He says. Do I want them the same? Or do I want... Let's paint them acid green too. We'll have that acid green. We'll have that acid green. We'll have everything acid green. Why not? It's the way forwards. Hey, off the bed. How you doing? Sorry I missed your chat yesterday. I think by the time I responded, you'd gone. But good call on the emptying the pipes, by the way. Right. All of this is being deleted. Because I don't like it. Right. So now what we'll do is we'll get one of these, and that should be there like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2 and put that there, and then we're going to go that to that. So that's going to come down like that, and then this is going to come down, and that is basically on that there. So if we go 1, 2 to there, that can then do that, and that's filling with water. Then what we do is we get one of them and go boom, boom, like that. No, we're going to do pretty much the same. 1, 2, like that. Choose that. Bang, up like that. Is that perfectly straight? No, it's not. You know what? I don't care. And then what I'm going to do kinks off a little bit, but I don't mind. I am okay with it. Now, I am not sure whether whether the not pipes, but pumps. I'm sure I read this somewhere, where if you use pumps, Mark 1 pumps, and you don't power them, then they are like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're like valves. You don't actually need to. So you don't actually need valves. You can use like Mark 1 pumps. Which, if that is the case, see, that could be our problem, is that we've got water flow going back down again. But I'm not 100% certain. So one there. One there. And pretty sure somewhere now that is much better and much cleaner, rather than the horrendousness that I'd made before. Iceberg Viking, how you doing? So yard work, sack it off, mate, sack it off. It's antisocial and we don't need any of that behaviour around here. I tried yard work last Saturday and then it made me develop a thirst, which then made me go to all the pubs in town, like literally all of them. So, yeah, let's see what yard work does for you. Right. Let's go and see what's occurring with that. And also see what's happening with our other one. See, that's all now, like, impeccably full. Right, what's occurring over here? Oh, it's getting bigger. Okay. So let's now go and try and turn all these back on. There's probably a way of doing all of this without having to probably like copy and paste or something. Capacity 1200. We likes this. Now, come down the bottom here. So that's on, but it shouldn't be on. Actually, it was in standby and I turned it on. Because I'm a clown. Why am I in holes? Right. Colour that. Now change this to this. There we go. That to that. That to that. Almost died. Right. So they're off, but they're all full of coal. And I'll show you the underneath bit in a minute. And that's all full. Because that's all been doing its business down there. So now, in theory, if I go that into there and that into there and that like that, and then we go that, and they're now coloured. In theory, these should then be filling with water very soon, and then we can turn all of them on. Almost died again. And they're pretty much all green, apart from one goes a little bit yellowy. But that kind of is expected. The only other way that I could do it would be to make that into a 4 rather than a 3 and underclock. But it's still then producing the same thing, and liquids don't like to do the same thing. See, that's going down like super fast. But that's like super full. You make no sense. Don't worry about the yellow squiggly line. We'll address that in a momento. Right, so there, and that one's doing that. And then this should be filling up. When that fills up, that's already full. It's legendary. And that's full, and that's full, and everything's full. Pretty much. So I'm now going to just turn everything on. Like this. So please see yesterday's stream for the musings of a not very sane person on how to make coal generators, and then add the conclusion of what we've done to this, and then we look at here. We are producing 1800 megawatts. Our capacity is 1800 megawatts, and the consumption is piddly because I've turned like everything off. So we are like utilizing like 190, like 200 megawatts, and that is basically these 9 down here chunnering away, the pumps chunnering away, and the miners, they're chunnering away as well. Now, that is our coal power plant. And all of these should stay green predominantly. They shouldn't actually fluctuate. So that's 1800 megawatts. So we'll call that like 1600 megawatts. Now we can double that when we move on to 240 belts. And to add to our existing, we can even upgrade those to Mark 3s eventually and keep producing that coal. Or we can tear all of this down if we're making enough power, and we can utilize the coal from here and make something else. Possibly. But we may need this power plant. I do not know. As it all very much depends on what we unlock and what we get. Now, I am not 100% certain as to how I want to finish this. And I don't really want to waste a huge amount of time on it right now. What I want to do is I want to head over to what is going to be the steel factory, because we need steel. End of story. So, I wanted to show you the underneath. So, if you remember, I had like I had it basically coming in here, I think. Yeah, it was about here. And I had the coal coming in. I moved that down to here. So it comes along, comes up, and that got moved around, and you know, we now have pretty belts over there. So they basically come in here, and they're all 120 lines. And they just go into these lifts. And these lifts take us up to the first floor here. And here you can see, like, they come up. And then you basically just have this loop. That doesn't belong there. So you basically have the loop here of the water. So water comes in here, goes up, goes into the water buffers, but then come back down. And this is just one big loop. So it feeds in here and then spurs off and goes all the way around. So it just keeps going round and round and round and round and round and round and round until you're very dizzy. Over here, I simplified it even more. I got rid of basically that and put the inlet there, and yeah. So as you move on, I find the very first one I do is always a little bit meh. And then I refine the process. And as you can see here, like, this is a classic manifold system. Now, if you were to make this absolutely bob-on perfect, then you would effectively split these lines. So you'd split it into two, and then you'd then split down and split down and split down and split that down until you've got like 15 going into each and every one of these. Like, absolutely perfect. But it takes up such a huge amount of space to be able to do that. You are far better off having one input that can handle all of what's coming in. So I need 120 coal. This belt can handle 120 items. Now, have I then brought that down? Nope, that's a Mark II belt. So is that. So is that. So is this one. And so forth and so on. Should these be Mark 1s? Yeah. 100% they should be. I don't care. I just wanted to make sure that everything was balanced, everything worked, and as you can see, almost all the way around, this is a full belt. There's a few little gaps here and there, but that's not a problem. It means that all of these upstairs, because I left them effectively overnight, so you can see here, Yeah. Couple. But all of those all had 100 in them. So therefore, I'm not going to get the problem where these things run dry and they're dry of coal, and therefore they then start flickering and going on and off. So that is the problem that you can run into with this. I am probably going to... I'm probably just going to put like a wall socket there and have that going boom. In fact, I'm going to do that now. So we'll get rid of that. And I'm going to leap down. Die painfully. That will then go on to that. And then what I can do is I can delete that. So now our power is coming into there. And the production is wavering a little bit. I would imagine I've probably got something a little bit wrong somewhere with water or something like that. So probably shouldn't have gone back and looked at it, because I probably could have blissfully said, I'm a legend and it's 1800. But no, it's not. For me, coal is not the end of your power journey, I guess is a word. So yeah, this is kind of like a breakdown of how you can one of the many options about doing coal. If you like this game and you're playing this game, I reckon get the bits for coal and give it a bash yourself. But now we are done with coal for the bit. I'm going to have a think about what I want to do in terms of when it comes to me expanding. So once I get Mark II miners, which will mean I'm on my way for coal, not coal, but steel being like done and dusted, because I'm pretty sure I need steel to make my Mark II miners. So I'll need Mark II miners, and that will then allow us to then do this on the other side. By which time I will be hoping that I have got steel on the way, or steel being made, and also things like I'll have redone the iron factory like completely, like it'll all be done and dusted and being made, because yeah, from this point on, now I've got a stable power supply. I want to try and make sure that I'm not really handcrafting stuff anymore, that I'm making factories to be able to cope with this, even if it still means I may have to turn the occasional thing off, or be a bit clever with what's turned on and what's not turned on. Yeah, so let us go and delete the other thing. A mush on that. Whilst you're away as well, I made I tapped these two sulfur nodes, brought it into 120 line. Brought it up here. I tapped the coal node, which is over to our left, so over that way. So we'll come up the top here and running simulator. So yeah, you can see here the coal line coming in. So coal comes in here, comes to here, and this makes gunpowder, or black powder. So we have black powder being made in here. Now, all of this is pretty much turned off. So these two were on because I needed to make steel, so I needed iron ore in order to make that. And the coal miner, which is down that way somewhere, that's turned off. That's turned on as well because I needed that. So let's leave this for the moment. I've never seen one of those caught in a machine ever. Right, let's head over to where we currently have the, what's it called? That's it, the temporary iron thing. What we're looking for to do there is we need to start planning out what we are going to do in terms of steel. Now, I haven't been looking for any new blueprints. I don't know whether I should go looking for that first. I don't think I should. I think probably the best thing to do would be to he says in a very humming way. Running simulator. It's where I get like really dizzy. Production foundry. So the foundry sticks through the roof of that. So alternate iron ingot, which allows you to do copper and iron. I don't know why I've got that actually. But there's a steel ingot. So steel ingot takes 45 of each. What does this take? I'm pretty sure that takes 30. So 120 divided by 45 is 2.6. So that's underclock. That's making 3 and underclocking 1, or it's making 2 and overclocking 1. Nice one, Iceberg. I shall see you soon. Hopefully with a beer as well. Although I'm not drinking. You can't drink and stream. You crash. Also, I talk utter rubbish when I drink. Talk utter rubbish when I'm sober as well, to be brutally honest. So actually not a lot changes. Let's take a run. Where are we going to run to? We're going to run over, not that way. We're going to go the other way. So I need a couple of boxes to be able to delete that. And I might delete that here with you today. I may also not. But we might. I haven't decided yet. As you can see, I don't really plan anything. What's no fun? Me not drinking? Not this week. I may do it in the future. Well, I probably will do in the future. I don't know what this May rubbish is about. I 100% will do in the future. And it then, yeah. Carnage will ensue. So, down here, we go past this tree on the right. So you have these two overhangy things. And we've got the fart trees. More fart trees. One of them. A doggo, very important. A weird rat-tailed bird. More of these things. And then in here, which we've already got the thing, but we have 4 coal nodes in here. We've got that one there. There's then 2 there, and then there's 2 there. So have we got 5? I don't know. Have we? I are confused. I thought I thoroughly understood the parameters of things. But probably not. Right, so 1, 2. So we've got a pure. A normal. And a pure. Okay, so it's 4. It's not 5, it's 4. Where am I on the map? Hello, by the way. Eric Plays. Interesting. Oh no, Epic Plays, not Eric. Please excuse, I am dyslexic, so reading and maths is, yeah, it's just shocking. So have fun at my expense. I do. Let's get rid of that. So we are here. So that's where our other factory is. So that's where our little iron job is that's going to become steel. And that's where our space elevator is. So here is the canyon that runs through going towards the desert. And there's like a roadway. So these little lines and stuff indicate, you know, like terrain. So if you come out from where the space elevator is, and you come out of there and you run and you come all the way up here, and then it's round and it's down, and then we come to our little factory here. Well, if you carry on running out the back here, and you end up down here. So you've got this lake here, which sort of is big enough to do like a coal plant if you wanted to, like a power plant. So I've seen power plants done here. It is possible. It's difficult, but it is possible. But I prefer steel because there is actually up here. So if we run round past all the beasties, there is like concrete there for a start. And come round and more round. There is an awful lot of round here. Then we have Caterium, a normal Caterium node. We also have a pure iron node. And there is like 4 pure iron nodes around here, I think. But they're all kind of that way. So I can ping for iron, can't I? So there's 1 there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's lots. There is lots of iron around here. So you can do the iron from here. But when I played this the last time, when it was me, Nixa, and Mikey, just had a private server, we were just messing around on here. I basically like covered all of this in concrete up the top here. And I was having the coal coming up, and I was belting over the iron into here. Had the alternative recipe for steel ingot, steel alloy or something like that, whatever it is, where you turn the iron into ingots and then you add the coal in. But I found getting the stuff out of here like a bit awkward. And where the iron is, so we came through there, so it's just over there somewhere. Where that iron factory is, that's going to be the steel factory. I was like, we were doing, what were we doing there? Like more advanced steel. So like, I don't have any, but the advanced versions of these. So these are modular frames, and we have other types of frames. So I was doing stuff like that, and I was just finding it really hard getting stuff in and out, in and out. So in the end, I just like sacked it off. So I've decided that it would be much better to do steel over there and do all the iron, like all the iron, all in one place. Because a lot of stuff requires, easy for me to say, screws. And I may just have like a whole section dedicated to screws. Well, I might not be able to get to a lot of these because I need a jetpack. I'm nowhere near a jetpack yet. So I think the best thing for me to do is to actually just head into the desert. Heavy modular frame. That's exactly the words I was looking for, Epic. Only they eluded me. But yeah, around this zone is like perfect. So in there is good because you've got coal in there, which is really, really good. In here, there is 5 pure iron nodes and 1 underneath a rock. So by the level that I am, like, you can start making nobelisks, so you can get rid of that. So there's 6 pure iron nodes there. Then, even more so is, so here's the waterway. Up here is where our coal factory is up here. And then right over on the left-hand side of the map, like down here is the Gold Coast, but up here, I think it's on this plateau, or it could be on no, it's this plateau. So it's on this plateau. This is the far left-hand side of the map. It doesn't go any further than this. But on this plateau here, you've got 4 or 5, maybe 6 pure iron nodes up there as well, but you're really close to water. So I reckon that is a brilliant location for making iron stuff, but with the iron, the pure iron recipe, the one where you need what are they called? The things that you use with oil. Refinery, is that it? Yeah, refineries. I am planning on going to try and shift the iron base from this plateau up here to down in this section down here. And I'm going to try and include a railway in there as well, and then bring the railway back up into here and try and link a railway from here so it comes up to the top here, because I may utilize this coal later on. But yeah, I might, you know, and there's lots of resources up here. There's actually a lot of bauxite up in this area. So yeah, lots of plans. Which way am I going? That looks deserty. I believe in update 8 as well, this is getting redone. Because this is where there's oil, isn't there? This looks oily. Impure. Normal. And normal. Yeah, I think like these big rocks are being redone or something. I don't know. I'm probably not your best source of information for advice. There are probably lots of other people that are very diligent about what they do about advice. I kind of listen to stuff and go, yeah, I should probably tell people about that. And then I never do. So this links in, because you can see that's where the space elevator is. And the space elevator is kind of on the edge of... There's like a gully way kind of deal going on. And that's that. So it comes all the way through here. So it comes from that waterway and then comes all the way through here into the desert. And I plan on doing like a train line coming through here. And then link it up with going into the desert. Because there's a lot of resources in the desert. Not a lot of anything else, but there's a lot of resources in the desert. And if you play with like beasties like wanting to eat your face and stuff, then it's a little awkward getting in and out because there tends to be beasties. Nope, can't jump over that. There's a thing here. There's just an easy walkway. See, there's a big beastie here that stops you from coming through. But to be brutally honest, you can just build over it. That's one of the reasons why I don't bother with like doing anything like having like the animals turned on, because you just build over the top of them. And that's all it promotes, in my opinion, is I just get around it by building over the top of them. So to stop myself from doing that, I just have it turned off. Up here is a pure Caterium as well. And this is here. So we're now going to move into like a big desert area here. And from up here you can kind of see the desert area. So there is tons of iron. There are caves with stuff in it. There's where that tree is all the way over there. There's like water over there. There's some waterways here. But yeah, there is plenty in the desert. I say there's nothing here, but there is. I started in the desert once, and by the time I actually had the MAM, I pretty much had everything to like fly through a load of levels or unlock a load of stuff, because I was just going around, and every time I came across something, I just like either cleared the top off it, or where there'd be a bit like in the rock or whatever, I would then take it from there. Now, I know there's some free stuff over there, but I am going to come this way. I cannot remember whether up the top here has practically free stuff or not. So what I mean by practically free... Yeah, Epic. I really like the desert because there's a level on the desert that you can build, and there's just nothing higher unless you come over here, obviously. And my mate Nick said he built in the desert over here, and it looked wicked. It really did look awesome. Apart from his train station was rubbish, and that's pretty polite for me when it comes to way me and Nick talk to each other. So if he hears that, and is upset about the way I dissed his railway station. Tough. So yeah, but yeah, it did look like the build he did over here. Like he did a build with glass that came into like this wall structure here, and it kind of like curved round, and it looked awesome. Absolutely looked awesome. So I will deftly attempt to try and outdo him. I think I need to go this way. But effectively, the desert is like really... It's done in a way that you could effectively bring a line in, like through here, and take it all the way round. And then go like towards like there's a swamp area down there, and take it into the swamp and then bring it all the way around. So I would like to do a railway all the way around. When do I stream Satisfactory? At the moment, quite a lot, because I've got back into Satisfactory and I love the game. I absolutely love it. I've only recently started getting back into streaming after having a bit of a hiatus. I'm not making any shorter-term content just yet, but that is coming. But streams at the moment, you are very much better off subscribing and hitting the bell notification, so when I go live, you're notified about it, because it could be every day at the minute. I'm trying to find what's my natural sort of thing. So not a short answer, sadly. I'd like to have given you a shorter answer. But at the minute, potentially every day, it may get shorter. It may go to like 3 days a week or something like that. But I'm trying to find what I'm comfortable with and happy, if you know what I mean. If I'm not enjoying something, I'll just stop doing it. So I need to be enjoying what it is that I'm doing. And so far, I'm loving streaming. I can happily sit here with 0 viewers and just stream and enjoy myself. So short answer, possibly every day, but you'd be better off subscribing to make sure the notification goes off. Also, the link in chat and in the description is to my Discord. It's called the Nexus Conclave, because it's actually a group. So I started it, I'm the founder of it, but it's very much a place that I want people who enjoy gaming, irrespective of what the game is, to come along and just have fun and chill out and enjoy each other, talk about games, talk about movies, talk about superheroes, all that kind of good stuff. Just chat and enjoy yourself, forget about work, forget about all of the stresses in life, and just chill out and enjoy yourself and enjoy like-minded people's company. The Nexus Conclave is kind of the name of... So at the moment, we've got a group in D4. Those guys the crazy guys that bought it early, they are literally smashing away right now. Oh, cheers, buddy. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't take myself too seriously. And I try and give information if people want it, and if, you know. But yeah, Discord, I was saying about Discord. Currently, there's a bunch of guys sat in general voice chat right now, playing D4. like helping each other out, figuring stuff out, joining up as and when they need to, playing solo, just chilling out and having a laugh. One of the guys has been playing a lot of Star Citizen with me recently. You may or may not have seen. I did a couple of Star Citizen streams. Not quite ready, I don't think, for streaming on a regular basis, but a very fun game when it works well. Yeah, we just try and have fun. Yeah, if you've got questions about any of the games I play, just shoot me a message. I'm on Discord almost all the time. DM me, stick it in an appropriate channel or whatever, and I'll get around to it. I could have sworn there was another thing up here. Apparently not. There are some really easy boxes here in the desert, like the boxy things that give you the hard drives. There's one down there. I'm gonna fall to my death. Only 2 life lost. We like this. It is the way forwards. Some of that. What do you want? You want rotors. Get in there. I'm going to ditch the bauxite. Do not need bauxite. Right. Hopefully we get to a bit we can throw ourselves into the water. What? No! No, that sucks so much. Oh my god, that is so grim. Oh, that is ridiculously grim. By the way, if you didn't know, that's really shallow, that water. Oh, that's brilliant. What's the oh, it's going to be this way, isn't it? No, I don't have any materials here, I don't think. Okay, this is a really short, or this is a really long run, because I don't have any of the Blade Runners. This is where you need a Mikey. Mikey's one of my mates, and he's in the Discord. And me and Nixa, again, another one of my mates. We had I think it was around about Christmas time. I think maybe I don't know. Time ago, more than one sleep ago. We had a Satisfactory server. By the way, glitchy as hell. Satisfactory multiplayer is insanely fun, but it gets glitchy. It really does. Like, it gets laggy, especially when you build as big as what we kind of build. But anyway, moving on. And Mikey basically used to look after everybody else and used to make all of their stuff. Absolute legend. That story should have been way longer because we're only this far, and that's rubbish. So yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. So, mental note, don't die, because it means that you then have to run, and not even the run and slide is speeding things up. That's so grim. Will I be able to... Can I get around that way? No, I can't get around that way, can I? No, so I'm going to have to go round the building. Yay! Yeah, that doesn't work that well. When you're just like ordinary legs. Or I don't find that it works that well. Maybe I don't have the timing quite right. When I have the Blade Runners, I like spring for miles and miles and miles and even more miles. But that's about it. And you don't seem to build up any like momentum. When you land, you kind of... yeah, I don't know. As you don't have a stamina bar, I just end up doing this. I want a car. I want one of the dune buggies, because I love those things. Cave system. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I love the dune buggies. They are absolutely awesome and immense and brilliant and epic. And there's the big spider. Very often when you come down here, you'll like, there's tons of hogs around here. Like, absolutely tons of them. And very often you'll find that the spider is dead because the hogs have already killed it. I think that one's really difficult to get into, if I remember correctly. Needs to be like a hang glider in this game. We re-follow our steps and go through that gap again. Should be able to go and get our stuff back. I am looking for update. Looking forward to try English works better. To Unreal Engine 5. I'm intrigued to see how good this game looks in Unreal Engine 5. I could also probably do with upgrading my graphics card as well. Currently I have a 1080 Ti, which was literally industry leading a couple of years ago. I never noticed that yellow slug up there before. Up there. That beastie right there. I love this zoom in function. It's amazing. I think all games should have it. Oh, hello. I died over here. This song reminds me of another song, and I can't remember what it is. This is Stream Beats by Harris Heller, by the way. If you're not already aware of what that is. Put that on there. Put that there. And then put them on the old leggies. And then put that in my hand. And then put this in my hand. God, this is long. Right, and then that can go into my hand there. Right, that was painless. Not. What's that? Sulfur in it? Yeah, don't need that. As that's insanely easy to get. Don't worry, hog creature. I am just helping myself to the slug. I like slugs. Don't judge me. I know where I want to go, but I don't know where I want to go is located to my location right this second. Because it's very deserty, and the desert is sandy. Over here? I have a feeling it's over here. You're probably no help to me because you don't know where I want to go. I know I want that. Thanks. Where am I going? I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, there's that there. It's only because I saw it. I think we've all established my memory is utterly shocking. That's where I want to go. That massive rock just there. That one there. Because it's really subtle and it's really hard to spot. Not. There's a cave in there. I don't want a cave there. I don't have enough space for it. Ooh. What do I need to get rid of? That's what I need to get rid of. And I can get rid of one of those and one of those and that there because that's rubbish. And I can get rid of that because that's also rubbish. And then we can do that. Then we got loads of space. Loads of space. Like, come looking for this stuff, like, when you first start out. Trust me. Absolute game changer when I started, like, looking for these things. And also, if you're not playing at Christmas time, which I have played at Christmas time, and playing at Christmas time is awesome, because you get your advent calendar, and it's brilliant. But, just come looking for these things, and then chuck them in the awesome sink. You get a bunch of tickets straight off the bat. You play at Christmas time when you've got your advent calendar, you get given a load of tickets like early on, which is brilliant. And also as well is you get given. So if you go looking for these, this is one thing I will tell people. If you go looking for the hard drives, there's 2 at the moment that are in the swamp. There's at least 2. I think it's 2. Is it 2? 2 sounds right. So there's 2 in the swamp which you can't open. Because no matter what you do, you cannot find the things that are used to open it. And they are in the advent calendar. So there you go. And you can decorate all of your factory with like Christmas trees and stuff. And that's quite cool. I don't think I ever got round to it. Yeah, it was definitely, we did open that server around Christmas time because we had the advent calendar. So there you go. See? My memory did work. Sort of. Thanks. I don't normally pick up the screws, but I do pick up all the other stuff. I need 50 megawatts. So stick that there. And then I go like that to there, and then that to there, and then that to there. And then I do... let's get rid of screws. Don't need screws. What do I need screws for? Get out of here, screws. Yes. We all know you're all needy. Alright, let me do that. And we can come into here and open that and go, yay. So we do that. And then we can just do that. And then that puts all of that in there. If I go to this and go to MAM and stick that down. And by the way, if you didn't already know, there is a MAM over there because that is the big space elevator and it can be seen from pretty much anywhere on the map. In fact, I think it can be seen from anywhere on the map. If it can't, then it's somebody else's fault. It wasn't me. But there is a MAM back over there. But now there's a MAM here. You can put as many of them down as you want. Basically, and they are all interactive and they all work together and speak to each other and shake each other's hand. Maybe, I don't know. There is more coal over here because I've just remembered with these squirrely jobs. So they're both pure, and then there's more coal over there, and then there's coal on the coastline there. So technically, I could like make a train that comes all the way around and comes into the desert here. Because there might be a train that goes all the way through the thing and then goes to like the swampy area, and then maybe there's a train that then comes into here and comes and picks up all the coal. So if we want to make like an awesome steel factory, then that could be the way. This is the way, said somebody famous. There's more in here as well, I think. I think there's one over here where there is the there's like water over here. This is the thing you were talking about, wasn't it, Epic? And I find that it is bestest done that goes in there. That goes in there. Close that. Attach that. And that goes to that. Shut up and work. Do I need more? Probably. I don't have a... It's already attached, isn't it? I do that, and then I go to there, and then do that, and then do that like that. And then go into that, and split that in half. And put half in here. And split that in half. And put half in there. And then I put half in there. And then I come back and get this one. And then put that in there. And do halvesies again. And then do that. And now you want to work, don't you? Yeah, see. Let's open that. Let's have that. And say thanks. Pick all of that up. And I think that's all we have over here. Maybe. I may also be lying. A yellow job in there. I'm not really looking for slugs right now, because You what? Oh, it's that thing there. It's talking to us. We have fancy stones talking to us. We've officially gone mad. Yeah, I'm not really looking for slugs at the moment. I will go looking for slugs at a later date. And the talking rocks, we don't need those until the game actually comes out proper. So just ignore them for the time being. Maybe make a note of them. Maybe not, because if it was me, I would 1,000% change their location, just because. And if you don't like the reasoning of just because, then tough. So there is all sorts of. I'm back. What did you miss? I died. It was epic, and there was like fireworks. No, there wasn't any fireworks at all. Basically, I jumped off one of those things over there. Let's see if I can zoom in with my expert zooming abilities. It may have been that one that I jumped off, or one of the others. I don't know. We jumped off a high thing, and we jumped into water, which normally, as you normally know, is a very sensible thing to do, because you jump in the water and it absorbs your fall, and it doesn't break all your legs and bones and other vital things for movement and survival. However, I forgot that the water is like not even knee deep. So I landed, and that didn't work very well for me. It didn't bode well. So I died, and then I respawned back at the hab thing, which is that line there. The space elevator. The space elevator is very useful for obviously elevating things into space. Also knowing where the hell you are in relation to something else, because it doesn't matter where you are on the map, you're always going to be able to see it. Dirty great big line into space. Oh, cave. Cave. We found a blue slug in a cave. That's it. Game over. We won. We probably need to head back now, because we have 3 of them. We have 1 cooking at the moment, so we have 1 minute and 27 seconds left. Yeah. Let us head back. I really need to make a dune buggy. What do I need for a dune buggy? Transport. Truck. Dune buggy. 15 pipes. You thinking what I'm thinking? I will take your silence as yes. We handcraft some pipes, and then we have dune buggy shenanigans. Dune buggy's awesome. But we need to get back to base and do more of the things. Yeah, from what I know, this is changing. It may... Oh, hello. pure Caterium, pure iron. All day long, I want pure iron. I want pure everything, to be honest. I want all the pure things. Pure copper, pure everything. Well, pure iron is now online, so our little dream of estuary, that's the word I've been looking for, and I know that's probably going to sound, but trust me, you'll get used to the way my brain works. This is an estuary. That's the word I've been looking for ages, and it was very distant to me. So we need to make where that crate is there. I don't know what that crate's for, actually. But anyway, it's very handy where it is because it's telling me where our other thing is. We need to do steel in there, and we need to get started. I'm going to need a lot more power for it. I know that much. I know I'm going to need a lot more power, but we could at least get some being made and then, like, making some other bits and pieces. But in this area down here, basically, like, including these outcrops and all that kind of carry on. So, like, pretty much from, like, there coming through to here, we need to make pure iron. And that requires water, and it requires iron ore. You go into foundries, and then it comes out as more than what went in. It's all very spectacular. But we do need to get to that point, so we need to make steel first. That's what we need to do. We can't do that just yet. No. I do like the way these guys run. They're like very bouncy. That requires rubber, and I do not have any rubber at all. Right, that is taking 7 minutes. I need to be back in, like, I will literally be a couple of moments. I will be back in just a second. Right, apologies for people outside being very noisy. So, should be able to look at the side of the building and see that I am streaming, and therefore they should be shush. But they weren't. So yeah, train's going to come through this way. And because we're so close, I might... So I could think about building something in here, but I don't think there is anything in there other than oil. So I don't know where I want to... So there's 3 locations for oil. Like there's one like really tiny location for oil, and it's pretty rubbish. But there are 2 big locations of oil. One is in there, and the other one is down here. So oil is in this location, like up here. You have all of the oil nodes coming in, and you can do like a big oil thing. And the other one is down here. So I am not 100% certain how much plastic and rubber you can actually produce along with power. So burning the fuel that you create through wizardry, and then you put those in electrical generators and you burn those. So I don't know what the ratio is, mostly because I never remember. And last time we did it, Mikey did it all. So I may need to pick his brains, or just do it badly. Don't know about you, but doing it badly sounds pretty cool. What is that there? That has to be just a plant. It is just a plant. I shall ignore with prejudice. Yeah, from what I understand, this is being changed as well. Like all of this area here, because there's coal over there, and there's copper, and there's iron, and there's concrete, and there's things, and there's a big spider. But apparently, yeah, that's all being changed, which is why I've not gone down there. And I was thinking the other day, because I was up the top there where we've done our coal plant, and I was like, do I really need to, you know, because by the time I've like utilized the coal down here, you know, it's ages until June, and then I realized it was like the 2nd of June or something. It is surprising that I'm capable of functioning sometimes, the way that my brain like sort of doesn't function. It does make for life being very entertaining, though. I will say that. Sometimes very hard to believe I do high-end corporate customer service as well. Right. 28 seconds. What are we going to do for 28 seconds? This is the only problem with these. I get super excited about getting a new thing, but then I have to wait. I hate waiting. Waiting sucks. You cooked yet? 6 seconds. Damn it. Woohoo! Pure copper, steeled frame. How many does it, that makes 3. You know, I'm just going to go with the pure copper ingot. And so, you know, this kind of tiers as well. So you can see here, you've got your tier 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, 8 goes all the way to 8. And you have to complete elevator, space elevatory type stuff to be able to move on. So, as you go up in these tiers, you find the hard drives, and that kind of unlocks new stuff. So we don't technically know any of this stuff. So it's not going to give us an alternative recipe for that. It's not going to give us an alternative recipe for a motor or stators or encased industrial beam. So for instance, one of the recipes we definitely want is encased industrial pipe. Why do we want an encased industrial pipe? Because encased industrial beam is... Where are we? Steel beam. So steel beam takes 4 ingots. Steel pipe takes 3. So that doesn't sound like much. It's only 1, but you end up with way more pipes than you do beams. So having the alternate recipe where you can utilize that extra on the pipes is well worth it. Now, technically we can't open that until we have 200 pipage. So I'm actually going to select this because we have enough of the other bits. So we can put all of those in now. So they're all in. So we now just need the steel pipes, which I can handcraft if I want to. But we do need to go and like sort that out. I have enough to make the other doohickey, so we may as well go and make that. Anybody know what these birds are doing? Anyone? Have they set a date for release? Iceberg, no, they have not. Not yet. So this month, I believe, is update 8. And update 8 is going to include some pretty cool things. Like, for instance, the fart rocks. So, do we have any about? Sod's Law, we don't. I think everybody should... Anyone that's played the game will know what the fart rocks look like. But for anyone that hasn't played the game, which so far they haven't spoken up and been heard, basically you can't miss the fart rocks because there's a green cloud around them, and they are rock-like structures, look a little bit like a penis. And they are the things that are spewing out the green killiness. I can't see any. So as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist right now. But you're going to be able to blow them up, which is legendary, because there are some locations where you really want to build something. But then if you go into a certain corner, you just die because there's fart rocks. So you're going to be able to blow those up. But the big thing for update 8 is Unreal Engine 5. there is a train of thought amongst those people who think they are in the know, but actually they're probably just guessing. In fact, I can almost guarantee they are just guessing. The in the know thing is they think that the update 10, because it's 1.0, they think that update 10, so they think there'll be, after this update, there'll be another 2 updates, and then we will get 1.0. I'm not even going to try and pretend to think I know what is going on with the developers and stuff. It would be nice to know what's occurring with the things, like the what are they called? I know there is a thing, and apparently in update 8 it's becoming easier to use. That is another thing that's coming in update 8, is the thing. Don't want any of that. Let's move that. Let's move that. Let's move that. That. Can't move anything else. Okay. I got rid of the things. Oh well. So yeah, there is a thing in update 8 that's coming to be able to allow you to destroy things without so like all of these, I won't have to like choose the foundation, so I'll just be able to destroy all of this super fast. What else is there? Being able to destroy blueprints, because that's one of the things that's next on my list, is blueprints. So I'll get the blueprint maker, I'll put it somewhere, and then what I'll probably do is I'll probably try and make like some kind of a storage. And when you have like a storage, making a blueprint maker which is going to be right next to the storage is quite a sensible idea. As well, you're going to need stuff, aren't you? If I go quiet, by the way, it's because I'm concentrating and I'm not capable of functioning doing more than one thing at the same time. Well, I can. I just do it very badly. Do you want the screws? No. I'm thinking I might do white in this location, you know. I like the idea of white. Never used white, I don't think. Ah, that's why all my inventory is insanely full. It's all filled up with a crap. A wall missing. Right, now we have room for activities. And we have way too many screws. We don't need anywhere near this volume of screwage. Keep mouse steady. Excuse me, what? Guy in the shop sold me the fizziest can of Monster Energy ever. Everybody that's in stream, what is your choice of wake up juice? Like me personally, it is Monster Ultra. But who is like coffee? Who drinks energy drinks? No judgment whatsoever. But what do people like? No. Black coffee. Never got into coffee myself. I love the smell. This is really weird. Love the smell. Hate the taste. I don't know if that makes me like just really weird. Probably. Wet concrete, fused quick wire, steel screw. I did not realise steel screws produce that many screws. You have the same. Ooh, coffee machine. It's really posh. And growing up, people, are you American or are you British? Because here in the UK, coffee isn't quite as like one of my opinions of people from North America is coffee is a bigger thing. Like you take it more seriously and you put way more effort into it than what we do. We have like instant ground coffee. You spoon into a cup and then you put boiling hot water in it and then you put like milk and whatever else you want to put in it. You guys have like you put way more effort into your coffee, like with flavors, and you get like the coffee grounds or the beans and you grind them yourself and you do all of the stuff. But yeah. I am going to take that because I did not realise that they made 52 screws. That is way, way different. So we may be doing that. Black coffee for me as well. You're all coffee drinkers. Let's take that. So we have one more hard drive to do and we'll hope and pray we get something that's relevant to us right now. So production. I need a load of other things. Fresh ground here too. No, I'm from the southeast UK. I like cinnamon coffee too. Southeast of UK, funnily enough, even though I have a Northern Monkey accent, and off the bed Monty, you're possibly the only one that's going to understand that. I also too live in the southeast coast of the UK. What else do I need? An outing. coal and ore go into there. So. Need more concrete. Thing go in there. What do I need for that? Do I want to go that way? I'm not sure I do actually want to go that way. Logistics. Production. So this isn't horrendous doing it this way. That would then send it back downstairs. How dare you! You suck. Am I going to be able to fit another one in there? No. No. No is the answer. Big fat no. How did that go like that? Yeah, no. That's not happening. Throwing me off all the time. So, I think that is probably more than I actually need. So I have 4 over there, and I can use 4 over here, and that gives me 2 spare to be able to do stuff. So 4 times 120 is 480. 480 divided by 45 is 10.6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that one and that one probably not needed. Okay, that's cool. So 11 of these bad boys will then, but I don't have 480 lines, so I don't have like one 480 line that can come into here. So they are going to have to get split up into 120s, which is 2.6. Could take that 0.6 and bring that in later in the situation. That is a possibility. Logistics. Floor holes. Now, something I noticed about... Yeah, that is alright. Something I noticed about upstairs. I think I mentioned this last time. Is that we don't have a thingy area. So all of this is all surplus to requirement right now. The mem research is done. In the wrong corner. Okay. So in the refinery, I can do steamed copper sheet. Or pure caterium. Now, I've always found that I've had enough caterium, but as I said, I've never really gone like beyond like, I don't know, about tier 7. I don't know, caterium is useful, so I'm going to take pure caterium. So we didn't find the alloy. Which I really would like to have, because that's going to give us way more steel. But let us get rid of all of this non-essentialness. because I completely forgot to give us like a logistics layer. Which some people might not want to have, but I do. I have just seen where the box is. I think it's in there. It is. Thanks. Right. So here we have things coming up. This is going to be a logistics floor. And then above this, so effectively we will go walls, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we will then do foundations, and we'll do a 2-meter foundation. We'll have this coming down. I don't even think we need a 2-meter foundation. I'm sure it's a 1 meter. It is, you know. 1 meter foundation. See? Told you. So now we have that floor like that. We can then go foundations, go to that one. Is it necessary along here? No, not at all. I'm doing it anyway. Chunky floor. Yes, very chunky. The reason for the chunkiness of the floor is what we have down here. So we have the two foundations going around, and this is our height. This is the actual height. Why do I do it this way? Because all of the stairs line up. They don't fall a little bit in, like here, where some of these stairs disappear into the floor. And I think that looks absolutely horrendous. That's my personal view. Some agree, some don't. So this might not end up with the floor being here. It might be that they come further back or something. Who knows? But this now means that I can now do this. And I really like stuff being sunken down. Like the machines. I really like them being sunken down. It means you've got a space around the outside to walk around, which I like. And all of your machines can sit inside of here again, which I like. Who doesn't love a sunken floor? Exactly. Exactly. But sticking all your machines into some kind of sunken floor. Now, as I unlock more, I will do different types of floors. Like some floors I might do completely square. And I might end up doing like road barriers around them. As I unlock more bits and pieces, I'll put like pillars around them. I'll use coated concrete. I'll paint the concrete. I'll use patterns. I'll use all sorts of different things. But at this stage, where I haven't really unlocked a great deal of those bits and pieces, this is what I do. Or this is what I've decided to do. That's probably a better description. So I will leave that like that for the time being, because this just reminds me of what I should be doing. Here we have a logistics floor. Now, a lot of people do logistics floors where they are just like one high. And that's great. I don't. I do them too high. Because that's the height I want to do them. Yeah, I might do this where they're in line with each other, just like differences away. I may even do it like here. So it goes up, you've got one foundation, and then it goes back down again. And that might be what I do. Who knows? So the steel will then come out of there. And then effectively, I can just go straight into doing constructors, really. Just go straight into doing that. So that takes 60 steel ingots per minute and spits out 5 steel beams. So what will that puke out? 45. Hey, Assassin. How you doing, bud? This is Satisfactory Assassin. I'm guessing you've never played it. As you're stating, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't have any idea what I'm talking about, so... There's no hope if I haven't got a clue what the hell I'm supposed to be talking about. So that was 11, wasn't it? So 11 times 45 is 495. And they take 60. I'm good, mate. I'm good. I don't know why I'm so enamored with a game that requires me to do maths and think and use my brain in any capacity whatsoever. But I am. Satisfactory is very cool. It is very, 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 very cool. Effectively, you start off with raw materials. One of them. That is an iron node. You stick a miner on it. The miner spits out raw ore. Then you then stick it in another machine. Now, very often, you'll stick it in a smelter. What does a smelter do? Turns it from raw oil. What? How? No. Takes it from raw iron ore into iron ingot, and then you would then take a constructor, and you would choose, like, I don't know, iron plate. So then takes iron ingot and turns it into plate. And then you have an assembler. So if you then take iron plate and screws, how do you make screws, I hear you say? This can make screws. So you were doing iron rod, goes into then screws, iron plate, somehow that's doing two, don't know how that works, and then you shove them both together in one of these machines, and then it makes them something else. It makes reinforced plate, which is this stuff here. And then you're able to then stick it into more machines, and then more machines, and then eventually some more machines, and then you then start to unlock even more machines. So this one here takes steel ingot, so it takes raw iron and raw coal, no ovening required, and it then comes out of steel. And then you take the steel and you put the steel in somewhere, like you do this, and you choose steel beam. So then it takes steel ingots and then it then makes it into steel beam by magic. There's wizards inside of there. Yeah. And eventually, like, it has like a number on it. Yeah, if you have a building addiction, yeah, 1000%. Like, do I need to put this fancy box around it? No. I do not need a fancy box to go around this. I don't even need a foundation to put it on. I could just put it on the ground. But why would you want to do that? Like, heathens do things like that. And I'm not a heathen. So, we stick them on foundations in fancy buildings with glass. And it looks pretty and nice. And everyone goes, ooh. I'm well aware that nobody right now is going, ooh. But anyway. Yeah. So this game is a factory/building game. And as if you've been on the same servers as me on Ark Assassin, you know full well I'm not very good at not building and not building things that are vast and huge and stuff. So yeah, this game literally ticks all of the boxes. What's that look like? That's grey. What's that one? That's white. Basically, yeah. Yeah, 100%. You got it. Yeah. And I just threw myself out of a building. Completely on purpose. Not at all. There's better graphics as well. Because better graphics mean something. It's 100% the reason why I have never actually... Oh. I might need that. I might need that as well. The spider's here, by the way, in case you didn't know. I didn't know. So yeah, I'm making this fancy building. For absolutely no apparent reason whatsoever. Building serves no purpose whatsoever other than to hide things. And yeah. See? I've fancy bits of glass. It's the way forward, you know. Right, steel. We're making steel and we're going to make the machines white because that's what you do with steel. You make things white. Apparently. I don't know. I'm going to close that in again before I fall down there and die horribly. So we're going to need to bring the coal over. So I'm going to need 4 Mark 1s. I'm going to need some power shards because I'm going to need to overclock one of them. To produce more. Roofless buildings, they do make it a lot easier to land inside with your RG though. I mean, to be fair. I think Nick used to hate basing with me. Mostly because Nick's favourite thing in Ark is he finds a smithy or a box or any other thing that has a storage to it that is empty and he dumps stuff in it. The problem is, I then told him that this drove me insane. I then found everything that had an inventory had random stuff in it. Didn't annoy me at all. Didn't annoy me at all. They're both 45, aren't they? Yeah, it was a very bad move. Never tell a sarcastic Australian that something that he is doing is really frustrating and annoying you, because he then just laughs and then starts doing it all the more. Pretty much all of my friends, in fact, know that that stuff drives me nuts and do it anyway. I don't blame them in any shape or form. I would do exactly the same thing, by the way. %100% off the bed. It's 1000%. If friends are not there to torture you, what are they there for? That's my point of view. That is 45. And that takes 30 and makes 20. And that takes 60 and makes 15. Do I want to go 50-50? So I think that makes 480. No, probably not. Makes 495, maybe. So 495. So how many 60s do I want? I don't know why I'm putting everything so ridiculously close together, because... Oh, that is painful. That is so painful. I actually uninstalled Ark. And all of the mods and all of the other like accoutrements associated to it. Mostly, I really don't really enjoy Ark that much anymore. I do and I don't. But yeah, I just like uninstalled it. I want to have a break, like a break for quite some time over playing Ark. People want me to record Ark, and I'm just like, no, really don't want to. I don't want to sound big-headed in any shape or form, but I think anyone that's played a game... Yeah, no, crashes... don't like... There's so much about Ark that I don't like. I do love the game. The game is really good. I'm not going to lie. The game is really fun to play. But it just gets a bit old for me. I've played so much of it that it becomes kind of a bit easy, because it's only the first bit that is difficult, like to get a foothold. But that's why I used to play things like Primal Fear and stuff like that, because it made it harder. It was as simple as that. It's just a harder game to play, playing stuff like Primal Fear. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like the burnout on it. And you got to remember there was also, I mean, I'm not going to talk very much about this, but there was also many, many, many hours that I played playtesting as well. In order for servers. So there was all of that time spent as well, and then there was the playing time and wanting to do stuff. For me, things like Primal Fear kept the game alive for me, making it... I think I spent probably a good 8 to 10 hours trying to get a foothold once, and there was one of the best 8 to 10 hours I've ever spent playing the game of Ark. So much fun. Like, I was dying so much, and it just felt awesome to me. So, yeah. I just thought it was insanely cool to play versions like that. And Ark is a game that, as long as you play the numbers, you will be all right. Like some of the advice I used to give to new players was, so say you want a wyvern, go and get a pterodon. What flavour is it? Male or female? Right, go and get an opposite. Now breed them. Breed them until you've got 2 half-decent ones. Keep them to one side. Breed them up a bunch. And then stick the eggs in a fridge somewhere. Or hatch them and grow them up or whatever. And then the game now all of a sudden just becomes dead easy because you just keep on rinse and repeating until you get what you want. It's just so much fun. Doing that over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until you get good. Like eventually it reaches the point where you're just like, I can pretty much go and get myself a wyvern egg with my eyes shut. I don't care what level it is. Now I have a wyvern. Now getting other wyverns is now insanely easy. And you now add in a couple of other people that can be bait for said wyverns. Now you're just absolutely crushing it to death. As for Arc 2, I like the format of Arc. So I wasn't the biggest fan of like Genesis when it came out and Genesis 2. I liked the idea of breeding a bunch of stuff and then going and fighting a boss. Not having to do a bunch of tasks over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And a lot of those tasks are quite difficult to do solo. So sometimes you may never get... I've not successfully done the boss on Gen 1, and I've not even entered the arena for Gen 2 on Arc. And have no real desire to do it. The bosses on the island are really fun. The Overseer, best boss fight in the history of Arc, full stop. It's amazing. Absolutely awesome. I love breeding up armies to go and take on a boss and then beat the boss, and who cares about whether your army's still, around or not. That to me is fun. The Genesis format of where you have to do a load of missions first before you can then go and take that boss army wasn't fun for me. So if Arc 2 is more like that, yeah. The thing with Gen 2 and also Genesis to a certain degree, like especially Gen 2, Gen 2 is where you're supposed to be able to go there after all of those other maps. So I understand the tech suit. Do I per se agree with it? Yay, possibly nay. There is actually quite an easy thing you can change in I to turn off the tech suit. So you can turn off the tech suit spawning in your inventory. So you then need to go higher up before you could then craft a tech suit, which I think is probably a better balance. You still go in with all those engrams, and you've still got those slightly easier way of being able to farm stuff. And then you could then get to tech level much, much faster. And start farming different bits and pieces, and then be able to have that play loop of where you've been able to farm those high-end materials faster and be able to play with tech a lot more, especially in S+, because S+ has got a lot more tech stuff to play around with. So I think that's probably a slightly better loop, maybe, I don't know. But Arc 2, the thing for me is most game houses, their communication is shocking. Coffee Stain, who make this one, they're really good. I will sing their praises for a very, very long period of time on how good they are in informing their customer base what's happening. Jace, the guy who's just left, if you go to Coffee Stain's YouTube channel, there's a video from Jace who started with Coffee Stain like years and years and years ago, and he's just decided to leave because he wants to go and work on a project for himself. And his point of view about what a community manager should be like is the communication should come from like Coffee Stain or whoever it is, and they should treat their customers with some respect and tell them what's going on. Be entertaining, be funny, be chilled out, be relaxed, and talk to them and get the devs to come on and talk about stuff. What are they doing? What do they want to do? Where do they want to take the job? And be open and honest about what it is that you're going to do. I love that idea. Absolutely love that idea that they are going to be open and honest and real with their audience and explain what's happening and where they want to go and what they want to do. I find that so many don't do it, but I think Coffee Stain have kind of made an influence on the market and are kind of setting the tone for what a game house should be doing and the way they should be communicating with their audience and their customer base, and not taking them for a ride. Do I think that Wildcard might do that? If it was just Wildcard, maybe. Yeah, 100%. You know, very respectful and professional. No, they can be funny with stuff, and if you watch Coffee Stain, they are very off the wall with some of the stuff they've done, like going to a golf course because they were teasing about that they were going to put golf in here. Very much so. Yeah, if you don't talk to people and talk to them with respect, I have dabbled a little bit in making a mod or a couple of mods for Ark. So I have the tiniest understanding of what those devs do. A little bit, sort of. Not very much. It doesn't mean I understand everything that they ever talk about, but it's nice to be able to hear their point of view, knowing they're a human being, knowing what their name is, knowing what they want to do, where they want to take it. Stuff like that is just nice to hear. It does. It makes for a much more loyal customer base when people know who it is that's trying to make the game for them. Somebody that they could, you know, if there's something they don't like. So if you knew that Dave does caves and there's something about the cave system you don't like, again, you need to be respectful in the way that you approach him. But if he's on Twitter and you say, by the way, Dave, I was in such and such cave doing such and such, and this happened. Might not get a response, but there's a possibility he might read it and therefore be like, what's he on about? Especially if there's a few more people that are like, dude, by the way, this is happening. You know, then at that point, you're then speaking to the person that deals with caves. Now, that does open up the world, I suppose, to the trolls of the internet and being abusive. But I think that's part and parcel of the course. Yeah, it makes a huge difference when the devs are respectful and stuff. They do a really good job. Now, there's a lot of people out there that will just like absolutely rinse a game house when they make the slightest of mistakes, and I think that's more from frustration. What I've seen from Diablo 4 is they're prepared to talk, so they're prepared to get out in front of an issue or a potential problem, and talk to their customer base and say, we know this is a problem and we are going to attempt to fix it. And that does go an awful long way. If companies are prepared to do that kind of thing. I think with the advancement on the internet, gone are the days where companies can just ignore their consumer base. And from my point of view, the way that the information came out regarding Arc 2 and Arc Ascension, because I was gearing up to the concept of maybe getting back into playing Arc again with Arc Ascension and having better graphics. It was definitely crossing my mind. But I'm definitely not going to do it now that they want me to pay for Arc Ascension and they want me to pay for Update 5. Well, this game is getting an update this month to Unreal Engine 5, not Update 5, Unreal Engine 5. So this game is going to Unreal Engine 5 and they are not asking me to pay a penny extra. I've already bought the game and they're like, yeah, it's just going to be an update. Now, I think we all know that Coffee Stain are the reason why they seem to be a bit money grabbing, but not Coffee Stain, Snail Games. Yeah, exactly. It was a massive cheek as far as I was concerned to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to do an update on Arc, but you have to pay for it. Didn't ask for it. Everyone wanted Arc 2, but Arc 2 was being delayed, so their way of pacifying us was to give us an update on like an updated version of Arc 1 up to Unreal Engine 5. But then they want us to pay for it. But then it's too late when they then come out and say, if they'd have said, buy Arc 2 now and we will give you Arc Ascension or whatever it's called for this much, or we'll give it to you for nothing, I think a lot of people would have done it. But the way they came out was, buy Arc Ascension and we'll give you Arc 2 for £10 or $10 or whatever it was. Well, first of all, the alarm bells start flying off on a lot of people. Is Arc 2 that shit? It's only worth 10 quid? Or $10 or whatever it was supposed to be. But as it turns out, we're still in the concept phase of Arc 2. then begs the question, why are we still in the concept phase of Arc 2? Why haven't we got further along? Don't know. Why? Good question. I've made all of these constructors, and I don't think I need anywhere near that amount of constructors, but I've done it now, so there. I think like Wildcard is gonna have a hard time with it's gonna have a continued hard time with Snail Games. Snail Games have got a reputation for just like taking what they want. But no. It's why I like games like this. You know, the fact that the dev team, I've been playing Star Citizen, and there's an awful lot of people out there who are like really, really angry and salty, and the game has been going and been in development for such a long period of time, and they're not very, they're getting a little better with their communication, but there's still a lot of unanswered questions, I guess, with things like Star Citizen. But then Star Citizen is attempting to bring out a game that nobody else has ever done. So they're trying to make like 3 games in one, where you've got the persistent universe, where you can literally go and do anything you want, like total open sandbox. You've got one system at the moment, another one on its way, with the potential of more systems in the future. Then you've got like a single player story mode type game, like FPS game. And then you've got another game which is like a ship based. You just jump straight in and go and like fight pirates, or you go and do this, or you go and do the other thing. And there's no having to get a ship ready and you know, stock it, get crew or whatever and what have you. So they're trying to make one game that does everything, and then 2 other games that incorporate the smaller things. And they're getting slightly better in their communication, so they're putting people in front of cameras that can answer the questions. But for such a long period of time, they would never be answering questions that the people had done. With Arc, it'd be very interesting to see. They've got some talented people that work there. But you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You can make decisions. You can guess at what's happening and what's being done, but you don't really know what's going on. My brain is not working with this steel, mostly because I'm talking about other things. But I'm going to quickly go and check on the power situation. And then we may come back. For the other one. I hope in the lore it explains this stuff a bit more, because it kind of seems natural, but yeah, I don't know. I have high hopes, hopefully, in the future for Star Citizen. I really hope that they are gonna, you know, try and get that game to full launch. I don't know whether any of you saw the streams I did around Invictus Week. What did I come here for? I have no idea. But I did one stream of where there was Aegis, which is one of the manufacturers in Star Citizen, which is cool. Like they've made up manufacturers, which is very, very cool. Yeah, that's fluctuating an awful lot. I don't like it. What was I going to say? I think it's the water that's causing that problem. Need to come up with a better solution. Not sure what that solution is there. An idea has just popped into my brain area. Let's go and have a look. But yeah, I was saying about Star Citizen, and I made there's a Invictus is basically a free to fly. So even if you make a pledge like I did, and you can like rent ships completely free of charge, which I think is incredibly cool. And apparently the future of the game is going to be that you can like go and test fly anything and test out any weapon. You'll be able to test out any ship component and all this kind of stuff. So that's all in the future, which Star Citizen can be a little bit, but in the future you'll be able to do this. Yeah, but you can't do it now though, can you? Can be a little frustrating, but anyway, moving on. So I wanted to. I've seen inside of a Hammerhead. It's a big like Corvette style ship. And I'd been inside one and walked around. And it was very, very cool. But I wanted to fly one. And effectively the ship didn't even recognize that I was like solid mass. I just couldn't help but just crease up with laughing. Right, all of this lot down here is flowing. That's not doing the pulsey thing, and I don't know why. Neither's that one. That pump isn't even working. And neither is the other one. Now, I'm fairly certain. Now, correct me if you know anything on this one off the bed. But pumps, if you don't power them, then they're like a what's the word I'm looking for here? They're like a valve, aren't they? So I'm just wondering whether I've got like water flowing back into areas it shouldn't be going. Okay, that wasn't plugged in. That could be the reason why we're having issues and problems. May have fixed it. Probably haven't fixed it, but you know. I'm going to turn this off. That's got plenty of water in it. That's like super full. They're all on. That is going up too. So that's full. That's full. That's full. So is that. So they're all full. So now we are just waiting on these two filling up. It does look like it's going well, doesn't it? There's our culprit. So somehow I think I've attached a thing to the outside. Good work. They're pretty much full. Not sure why this one, like, is losing water when this one over here is perfectly fine. full enough. Yeah, I wish there was that as well. Don't know whether I should up that or not. I don't know if it really matters, does it? Probably not. What seems to have got it back to 1800 watts, and all I need to do was plug something in. Yes, marvellous. So due to me being an idiot, this top pump wasn't plugged in. That's exactly what I wanted to do, throw myself off the side of a building. This now seems to be working. Now, I'm pretty sure there's probably a different way of doing this. There's probably a way of like doing it inside or something, and I'm making it overly complicated. You know what? I actually like the look of this. I think it looks quite cool. And everything's blue, which is the way forwards apparently. Yeah, I quite like this. I am definitely not going to stream tomorrow night. I'm not going to stream Sunday evenings, I don't think. Don't want to. Which gives me a day off. Gives me a day for my brain to try and like comprehend what the hell I'm doing with steel. And also think about what I'm going to do like architecturally with this, because at the moment it looks horrible. I'll do something. Just no idea what. I mean, that kind of looks like a power plant, but I don't want it to look like a power plant. Great plumbing. Thanks very much, man. I'm the greatest plumbist of all plumberers. Don't think any of those words are meant to go together, but they live together now. So yeah, the water's doing the water thing. It's going in here in the quantities it's meant to. Cheers, buddy. I will enjoy my Sunday off, and I we'll be back Monday evening. I think 7 o'clock my time. So 7 p.m. Great Britain time, British summer time. I don't know, whatever it is. 7 o'clock here. That's what the internet's for. Search the internet and it'll tell you. Seems like a good time. 7 till 10-ish. Yeah, I like that. Right, I'm going to go. As this has destroyed my brain capacity. And so has steel. But Monday evening we'll get back into steel. And hopefully this carries on working. If it doesn't, I'm going to make some Nobelisk and destroy everything. Not sure that's how that works, but never mind. So until next time, look after yourselves.